Before I start, I want to say I've been here since Monday. I have a whole bunch of friends down in San Diego, and my sister actually lives in LA and was part of the Eaton fire and lost everything. So I drove Eaton yesterday. I was in Altadena for about 2 hours, just sort of driving around and bawling my eyes out. And then I drove Palisades today. And I just want to say, if anybody here has family, friends, if you personally have been affected by that fire, I'm thinking about you. I'm praying for you. I'm not going to cry right now because I did a lot of it yesterday. But thank you for the welcome. That was really lovely. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, I'm going to pull myself together and talk about real estate. And I'm going to talk about the white space. And everyone's going to look at me right now and be like, what is the white space? Okay? What the white space is a place that nobody has really done anything yet in. Right? I'm going to give you a really good example of this. Because for me, success in real estate is not about lists. How many people here buy lists? Nobody buys lists? One person. Okay. You can raise your hand. It's okay. I'm not gonna make you feel bad about it. Because lists can work, but the problem is that everybody buys lists. There's no new lists that are coming out, right? It's all the same lists regurgitated kind of over and over and over again. So when we talk about white space, this is Joe Foster. Joe Foster is the guy who started Reebok, him and his brother, okay? In 1958, they started Reebok. And Reebok really didn't become a big brand until the 1980s. And if y'all were around then, right, which I think a few of you were, it's Jane Fonda, right?
No, I just said be nice now.
Okay.
Because we're in the 80s.
Yeah, I was around then too. Yeah. So it really wasn't until the 80s. I'm going to keep my eye on you. Okay, the 80s, right? Everybody, I think, remembers Jane Fonda, right? Was their celebrity branding. You had those white, soft leather shoes, the high tops, the two, right? And those little pinholes in the front. Well, I'll tell you this, they were really crappy shoes. They didn't last very long. That soft leather didn't make it. But they took that company from a $9 million company in 3 years to $900 million. And you know why?
No.
Celebrity branding. Jane Fonda was their spokesperson. She did all their branding. So they latched onto her, built their company, also went into the white space, which was women and aerobics. Nobody had touched that area. That is what the white space is, and that is what I'm going to talk about tonight in real estate. All right? So I want to teach you guys a systematized approach. Because the thing is that we're all taught so many different things, right? I think learning real estate is like drinking from a fire hose, right? It's so much information, you don't really know where to start. It gets super overwhelming, right? I see lots of yeses, right? I was in the same boat as you, okay? But the thing is that if you build something that is systematized, success leaves clues. People don't necessarily, yes, there are people who do things that nobody else has done, but a lot of successful people follow people who are successful, right? And then dig their own niche, all right? So typically what I end up doing here, right? This is for people who want 2 to 4 deals a month, if not more, and you can net about 40 to 50 grand a deal. Now again, that's in the Midwest. I'm in Minneapolis. Your guys' numbers are gonna be a little bit different out here. I have quite a few students in Seattle. That number's bigger just because the brackets are bigger, obviously with the price points. But know that this is something that you can do consistently. And you can build a system. Well, you don't have to build it. I'm going to show you how to build it, and I'm going to do it for you. Because that's what my program does. I give you everything you need. Because I don't want to make it difficult, because you're going to see what it looks like when it's difficult. And there's going to be a lot of F-bombs that are going to be dropped. Not necessarily by me, right? But the people saying these things to me. Okay? And you're going to see that and why I decided to go a different way. So, when we talk about marketing, okay? People spend on average somewhere between usually $2,000 to $5,000 a month on marketing, right? That's pretty typical, okay? Multiple investors are typically bidding on the same properties. You guys ever show up at a place and all of a sudden there's 15 other investors there?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're like, great, this is pointless for me to be here. And then typically that person who wins the bid is the biggest loser. Because you make your money when you buy, not when you sell, right?
Right.
And so the problem is, we're all going after the same thing, right? Constantly chasing leads, waiting to get through the FUs to get to the yes. I'll show you some of those. And then, like I said, pulling those same lists as everyone else. There's no new lists. I'm going to keep saying that. There's nothing that's new about that. So building relationships with the right people. You heard about that tonight. Sam was talking about that, right? Everybody here, it's so important to build relationships with the right people. But that's a really big statement to say, and just say, oh, build relationships. If you don't know how to build relationships, that means nothing. You have to learn how to add value to people so that they keep coming back to you over and over again instead of you going to them and looking like this, right? What can you do for me? Me, me, me. And that's not what this is about. It's not what real estate is about. Real estate is about helping people. And the problem